Okay, welcome to lesson 4 of the Unit 5 for the IGCSE in ICT. Right, today this is part B of looking at the purpose of your software. Okay, so you need to imagine for all these lessons that you are now fully promoted, fully qualified, and are in charge of developing software. We need to understand why we're making it, who the audience is, who's the user going to be, what sorts of things do they need. Okay, so let's get started. Same as usual, got your title screen there. Have a go at the numeracy task, have a go at the literacy task. And just have a quick think, what sort of color scheme and font would be best if you were making a children's educational app? Okay, have a think, give you a clue. This picture here from Sesame Street. So have a think. And the key word today is very important. We're going to come to this in a minute. Complementary colours. Right. So let's move on. Digital products can create an atmosphere based on the colour scheme and house style that you choose. And you can see there's two clear examples there, okay? Here you've got a invitation to a children's birthday party. And here you've got an invitation to attend a business conference. As you can see, very different styles because they have very different purposes and very different audiences in mind. So you can see that there. So worth remembering, does your atmosphere of your digital product match the audience it is intended for? Okay, and there obviously is a picture of from Only Fools and Horses of what can happen if you get the wrong end of the stick and bring the wrong atmosphere to the wrong party. If you don't know what that picture is all about, I thoroughly recommend you go away and find out. Very, very funny TV. Right. So complementary colours, this was the key word for today's lesson. You've probably done this in an art class at some point. If you haven't, well, now you're going to find out. That's a colour wheel you can see right there, and they're very clever because they show which colours go together in a complementary fashion. So for example, these purples here go together with the bright yellows. If you have got a blue, they could go together quite well with a sort of more of an orange colour, and so on and so forth. So what most companies do, what most web designers do, advertisers, marketeers, etc., when they're coming up with a new design, they will stick quite closely to these complementary colours. Okay, so worth remembering that. Right, there is one exception to the rule, and that is green and red. Yeah, they are difficult for many people to see, particularly people with colour blindness. And remember, colour blindness is not just one thing. Colour blindness is a range of different conditions. And I mean, I don't know about you, but that hurts my eyes. And I've not, as far as I'm aware, got colour blindness or of any kind, but that does hurt my eyes. And also, you'll probably know and from experience that if you get certain colours side by side, occasionally they can start to flash on the page. You know, there's some colours just don't go well together, and red and green are two of those colours. So avoid those. Also, contrast is very, very important. Okay, why is contrast important? Why is contrast important? Well, the title there says it all, right? It's important because you want to be able to see what it is you're looking at. If you've got a colourful background and you put writing on top of it, you're not going to be able to see that writing. Now, I used to do this as a teacher. When I first started teaching, I used to get very excited about having these very colourful, beautiful backgrounds on my PowerPoints, and then I'd overlay writing on top, and you couldn't see the writing. So I had to sort of learn to either tone down the background or put my writing onto its own kind of coloured background that could have the transparency set at the right level so you could still see it all. One of the big problems you have here with this, you'll find as you enter the world of work, is in delivering presentations. What can work well on a screen under a electric light might not work so well when you've got natural light shining on the screen, and it might definitely not work so well when it's on a big projector. Again, I think every teacher has experienced this, and every person that presents as part of their job has experienced it at some point. You've got this beautiful looking PowerPoint, you've been through it 1,000 times, all works fantastically well. Then you get there to present to the crowd, and then suddenly, because of the lighting conditions and because the projector is using a different type of light, your writing doesn't quite appear. The contrast is not right, and people can't see what you've written, and you just look a bit silly. So worth remembering that. I've warned you. Right, so nice simple lesson today. We've been through those key concepts. There's 3 questions for you to answer. Answer those questions, write them down, upload them to your teacher or save them in your shared file. And task 2, right, bit of research for you. Use a search engine to find websites, products, or logos that feature complementary colours. There is an example of one logo that uses yellow and blue, which are offsetting complementary colours. Right, I'm going to find at least 4 more examples and save them to a digital file and send them to your teacher. Okay, so give me 4 examples that you can find. It could be a logo, it could be a website, it could be a product. Okay, it could be a fashion model wearing the complementary colours, whatever it might be. Next, I want you to create, this should be quite a fun activity, okay? Go to logomaker.com. It's quite a nice little website. It's free to use, and you can create your own logos. Now, I thought about making my own tutorial here, but there's no point. When you go on there, there is a tutorial that helps you out already. The only thing I'll say is remember, this search bar at the top lets you search for like thousands of different icons and pictures that you can readily stick into your logo, and then you can play around with the colors. It's very helpful because it does have a color wheel, so you can automatically be picking colors that offset each other, complement each other for your logo. So create your own logo for anything you like. It could be a coffee house, could be a new app, could be anything you like. And that is your last project for today's lesson. Okay, right. Hope that's all going well, and I will see you in lesson 5.